People who want to be right will stand up on a soapbox and make a speech and hope that it educates and changes people's minds, and that's important. But people who want to be effective will listen first and try to figure out how you can work to move the folks you're talking to from where they are to a clean energy solution, a clean energy pathway, to a clean energy future. I'm an Army brat. I was born on an Army base in Japan. I came to the U.S. at a year old on a troop ship and then moved around as Army brats do with my family. Most of my formative years were spent at a little tiny Army base outside of Yuma, Arizona. My strong desire from when I was a kid was this kind of ill-formed notion of doing justice in the world. And because no one from either side of my family had ever gone to college and graduated, and certainly no one ever practiced law, I assumed that the practice of law was about doing justice in the world. But I'll tell you, after a while, the excitement of practicing law kind of wore off because I realized I really wasn't doing justice. And so I found this opportunity to move from civil litigation, where people are suing each other, to working in regulatory law at Southern California Edison. And the clients I had at Edison were all the public purpose programs, so conservation programs, efficiency programs, demand management programs, programs for low-income consumers. So I was in heaven.
Energy efficiency grew up in California in the 70s, 80s, 90s. We got to the 2000s. Gene was the one that really championed energy efficiency. We had the 2000 energy crisis here in California, and Gene was up in Sacramento working with the assembly members, working with everyone to help find solutions to stabilize the energy markets. And he brought energy efficiency to that. And from there, he really helped grow them and modernize those programs. And that's why here, so many people that worked with him called him the godfather of modern energy efficiency.
When I joined the county, one of the first meetings I had with external stakeholders was actually with Gene in his capacity as vice president of ICF. And he was leading a key implementation team that helped us administer the Southern California Regional Energy Network with the explicit goal of helping local governments and also communities, especially disadvantaged communities, with energy efficiency programs. And this is where Gene's background really shines.
There were programs at the time, and still in California, where we would do free energy efficiency upgrades and education for people who fell within the economic bracket that was eligible. These are folks for whom the energy savings from clean energy really makes a difference. Clean energy is the path to greater prosperity, greater security, and certainly greater affordability for every single person, no matter where you are in the country. I was retired for a total of 4 months. We were taking long walks along the beach. Any concert we wanted to go to, we would go to. And then the phone call came. And that led to a really long conversation over an entire weekend with my wife, Becky. And we decided that although we had been working our entire careers for this retirement, it was time to postpone that retirement so that I can go back into public service and give back a little bit to the industry that's given so much to me.
After working with Gene for many years, I was so excited to learn that he was Senate confirmed now at the Department of Energy as OE1, which is the Assistant Secretary for the Office of Electricity.
Gene had such a huge impact here at Southern California Edison. 23 years of driving energy efficiency programs, and now seeing him take that expertise, his knowledge, his relationships to the Department of Energy, where he can take his knowledge of energy efficiency, clean power, a cleaner grid, and really bringing people together to drive solutions nationally and having a national clean strategy is really exciting.
I think we all have an obligation to be as impactful as possible in a beneficial way. And in the clean energy space, it matters more than ever. Because if you believe the science, you know that we have to have collective action and muscular collective action on climate change. So the things I work on are foundational to trying to ensure that we move our country and in fact the world to a clean energy economy that benefits everybody.